On a much lighter note, tomorrow the Sisters of Providence will celebrate the jubilees of some of their sisters in their Mother House Chapel. However, recently they honored Sister Ellen Leddy as she celebrated her 100th birthday at Providence Place in Holyoke. Reel to Reel's Peggy Weber went to the party and shares with us now this sweet and special story.
Amid balloons, speeches, and cake, a really delicious chocolate cake, Sister of Providence Ellen Leddy celebrated 100 years of life on Saturday, April 9th.
I was born April 9th, 1911, and it was Palm Sunday that year. And when anything came up about my birth, my father would say, she was born on Palm Sunday, and I brought the palm home to her mother.
An only child, Sister Ellen was born at home in Beverly, Massachusetts, but grew up on an apple farm in Harvard, Mass. She said that her rural beginnings helped when she entered the Sisters of Providence.
When I came here, Brightside was on farmland, and I saw that they had gardens and so forth, and that looked familiar and made me feel at home.
For 81 years, Sister Ellen has made a home with the Sisters of Providence. She's been involved in various ministries, beginning in the hospital lab.
I used to say that the nurses got all the credit because they came with a soft drink or something. The laboratory sisters came and stuck a needle in them, and they didn't like that.
About 75 people honor Sister Ellen on her Centennial Day, including a host of dignitaries. Congressman Richard Neal praised Sister Ellen and the Sisters of Providence.
You transformed this valley. The contributions that you made in never turning your back on the poor, the indigent, the sick, you really changed the way that we live.
Bishop Emeritus Joseph McGuire, a youngster at age 91, offered a special blessing for Sister Ellen. Holyoke Mayor Elaine Pluta presented a citation, and State Senator Michael Knappich gave Sister Ellen a modern birthday greeting.
Because it is the 21st century, I wished you happy birthday on my Facebook account today. So via Facebook, happy birthday to you, Sister Ellen. I had a couple of likes, too.
Sister Kathleen Popko made a historical presentation to Sister Ellen and the partygoers. She noted that in 1911, the average age expectancy for men was 49 and for women 51. A dozen eggs cost 14 cents, and the average wage was 22 cents an hour.
I've been anticipating this day for several weeks now because I had the opportunity to put together the slideshow about her life. And I think it deeply moved me to see the quality of a life well lived over a span of a century.
History was on the mind of those attending. The Sisters of Providence will celebrate the 120th anniversary of their establishment as a congregation in Western Massachusetts next year. Sister Ellen hasn't just written about the history of the Sisters of Providence, she has lived it. She has met as a postulant Mother Mary of Providence, the foundress of her order.
She used to visit us every once in a while when I was a postulant in the novitiate, and she told us how she used to be hungry, and so if there was anything left over on the plate, she'd take it.
Sister Ellen offers a human peek at the foundress of her community and religious life. She said she has loved her life of service.
I have no regrets. Sometimes we're hard and sometimes we're not. Just because you put on a habit doesn't make the life all one way. You have both good days and not so good days.
After 100 years of life, Sister Ellen says she does not have any big advice about how to live a long life. And when asked to give some pearls of wisdom, she said,
well, don't be afraid to move along with what's going on. If you know it's the right thing to do, follow it. And if it's not the right thing, don't follow it. It sounds very simple, but it isn't simple.
What is simple is that Sister Ellen and her community have much to celebrate. It has been a life well lived and a tradition of service. For Real to Real, I'm Peggy Weber.
And Peggy says that Sister Ellen keeps herself busy at Providence Place. Recently, she attended a retreat there. Good for her. Best wishes, Sister Ellen.